Hello, how's everybody doing? So, today we're going to talk about dysfunctional minds regarding enablers, poor parenting, distress or abusive environments, poor communication, substance abuse, and so forth in life issues. Abrabo Mu Nsem. Oh my goodness gracious. There are times when you talk with some individuals, their frame of thinking, their mindset is completely different from what you know, what you have learned, and what you know. Uh, and most of us are aware that we cannot change other people. We can change ourselves, right? How we were raised, our outbringing, the environment that we were raised in, everything stamps on us in order for us to develop. So the term dysfunction, right, is defined as any impairment, disturbance, or deficiency in behavior on the part of an individual person, between people in a relationship, or among family members. One, dysfunction may manifest as poor communication, frequent conflict. We see a lot of that on social media, right? Emotional or physical abuse, and much more, right? That can go into poor parenting, distress, or abusive environment. So there are so many areas, we can tie dysfunctional minds into. Most times you find certain people, both genders, right? They have closed mindset and fixed mindset. With those people, they cannot, they are incapable of learning anything new. They are incapable of being able to develop because they are used to what they have been taught. They're not interested, they're not interested in learning anything to grow. They prefer to use the little tools that they have. They don't want to learn any better coping skills to change as the world changes. We have different generation growing up. How I was raised, even with my siblings, my sisters and brothers, how we were raised, right? We think differently, and we each have our personality, right? In time, all of us have been able to um, adapt certain habit, and we know each other. Like my big sister, she is the calm one, like she's the quiet one. She does not bother anyone. No one bothers her, but for her, she's the type of person, if you don't bother her, she will not come at you. She will keep to herself, and but she's very strong, independent woman. But if you don't know her, you see her, your first initial thing, you will feel that, okay, she's easy target, but she's not. And then you have me as the second born, and my younger sister, crisscross. our personality, is a bit similar. Our train of thoughts uh, is similar also. We have a lot of things in common, Crisscross and I. Um, when we see things, see something, say something, like if we observe things that we feel is unacceptable, we're not going to wait for someone to come and say something first. We're going to address it because, if I don't address it and the person is closer to me, I know at some point in my life, allowing that person in my circle is they're going to do things that will affect me in some way. So if they display behavior that is unacceptable, I am not going to enable that. Crisscross and I, we will talk about it. I will hold you accountable. She will hold you accountable. Like she has held me accountable in some instances, and I have held her accountable in some instances. My parents, I have had conversations with, like, effective conversation with my parents, and really have sit down and have dialogues about certain things. Sometimes it could be a general conversation, other times it could be certain things that I have observed that I feel that it needs to be addressed, and my parents have come to understand me more and more each day. um, I like to have different type of conversation because that allows me to also exploit other people's, ideas, knowledge. It's like part of resources. You acquire new information, knowledge by talking effectively with other people. It could be friends, it could be family, it could be, children or people on social media. It's good to interact, to socialize with different people. Your train of thought should not be like one track mind. And when it comes to people with fixed mindset and closed mindset, that is the category that they fit in, right? So a lot of times you have people, they will say things and do things because they're not interested in learning anything new. In terms of enablers, right? There are some things that, I dislike about enablers. People who see their family members, people that they work with, people that they friends with, people they associate with, their children, and all around, they see them display certain type of behavior, and they know that that behavior or habit that their family member, a friend, someone that they close to, someone that they do business with, someone that they hang around with, someone that they kind of like go to for an advice is doing, because they getting money or benefiting something from them, they just going to watch, look, turn a blind eye, and have them continue to display that behavior because it's not them that is being done to, is being done to someone else. So they will say nothing, even if the person is bold enough and asks them, kind of like talk to them about what they're doing, and they ask them for their opinion or suggestion, or like what they think about it. Like, do you think what I'm doing is good? Like, if some family members and friends and people knows that someone they know is scamming other people. They're not going to tell them that what they're doing is wrong. They will look the other way because sometimes they may get a percentage of what's happening. So they will just leave it as it is. So enablers, are liars, they are betrayers, they cannot be trusted. They're not loyal to the other person who is being scammed because they don't say nothing. Bystanders, they see what is going on, but they're not going to do anything about it unless it happens to them. A lot of times when people like me, myself, and my baby sister, and other people who are not enablers, who will address situations, matters, whatsoever, a lot of people do not like. I don't even think about that. I'm not on this earth to impress anyone. My goal is to just, be me, be honest, talk to whoever wants to talk to me. I don't need to interact with people who do not want to interact with me. It's not by force, right? You can't force someone to love you. You can't force someone to care for you. You can't force someone to support you. You can't force someone to do anything for you in this life. But people who are more willing, to learn and grow, those are the people that I move with. So, like when it comes to social media, I am very selective. It's not every program that I watch. I watch individuals who educate, speak sense. Some people like, whatever whatever topic or like, program that they see on social media, they go and watch. Sometimes it's good to watch people who will create frequent conflict because you're trying to get understanding what triggered that. How did that come about, right? And sometimes, and you have to be neutral. You cannot take sides. You can take side because when you take side, you are biased. You have to be able to have better understanding from both ends to figure out, okay, how best can I support both of these people who are having conflict? Can it be resolved peacefully without threats, without lies, without situation whereas they create bigger and bigger problems. So you have to think through that. When it comes to dysfunctional behavior, a tone of voice can even play into that. How you talk to someone, how you engage, your facial expression when you're speaking with someone, because sometimes you would start talking to a person and you looking at the person's eye. If they're giving you eye contact, their eyes are so red. It could be that they have not gotten enough sleep. Their eyes are irritated. They could be on drugs. They could be drunk. It could be anything, right? Or an allergy, right? They have an allergy. But how can you know that? if you don't ask questions, right? But some of us, we would not do that automatically because our mind are in autopilot, right? So why is my nose is itchy? So it's like, and most people are reactive. When you see someone looking like that with their eyes red, we already in our mind, we have our own assumption. So that red eye can trigger some unpleasantness within you, or if you are the type of person who smokes or who drinks or who use drugs and do some of the other things, you'll be comfortable with looking at that red eye. A child might think that a parent is angry with them. Their red eye can scare that child, but that adult is not even thinking how their red eye is affecting their own child. So if a child feels scared and you speaking with your child, you asking your child to like do clean their room or like fetch you water, do something for you, they will be scared. They will get you. Well, a child who is like obedient will go and fetch you the water, but if you asking questions and you trying to get information from them, they will be they could have some fear in them and keep to themselves because they feel like with your red eye you are angry, you might do something, you might hit them or like punish them if they do not give you the right response. So the dysfunctional mindset, it falls into a lot of areas, right? Sometimes you will have some children who will avoid their parents. They will not want to talk to their parents. So some of them, there are different factors. You may have some children might become defiant, oppositional, refuse to listen or follow direction. They will, some of them will get agitated. Others will talk back to their parents. Others will walk away, disrespect their parents because they do see some of that same behavior with their parents when they talk to each other, when they have disagreement in the household. Raising a child in a toxic, unhealthy environment, your children, they see everything. Sometimes you may think like, if the two of you are not talking or you arguing in the bedroom and your voice is loud, that they don't hear it and they don't see the body language, right? Children being very observant, they know how their parents are when each one of them are happy, how their parents interact in the house. At times you going from the living room to the bedroom to the kitchen, they see body language. If our parents, like they're very close, or one is like moving far away from the other parent, or if they have single parent, like your phone conversation, your interaction, like when you have a laptop or like iPad or your phone, you have to make sure that your conversation cannot be viewed by your child, because we have children. Our children even are good with most of us. Let me just rephrase that. Some of us, our children knows more. They know more about technology more than we do. So it's like you may think that, okay, I close out my account so my child will not be able to get in there. Some children, like for me, I have so many passwords, I have to write them down. And sometimes when I do go out in the community and I need to like retrieve some information and I don't uh, remember the password, I will call Nanakwesi for him to like look in my password book and let me know. So of course, each time I'm calling him to provide that information for me, you think he does not have that information? He has that information. So I make sure that, like, the things that I don't want my children to have knowledge of course, I'm not going to leave the house without memorizing the password to go out in the community and calling my son to provide that information for me. No, 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 no. Enablers, right? Sometimes enablers also um, enabling someone, or enablers, most of them have low self-esteem. Why do I say that? Okay, so when you have a parent, or like a brother, sister, friend, family member who have confidence of themselves, whose self-esteem is very high, and they see how their child, their nephew, nieces, because I remember, like, back home, growing up back home, like, you have family members who can discipline you as well as your parents. There are some parents or some adults, their way of discipline is flogging. And then whereas other parents, their way of discipline is using their positive influence to talk to their nephews, nieces, and own children, brothers, sisters, parents, and so forth. You have some of them also, like, because they are financially stable, so the other family members and people closer to him or her respect them automatically because they have money. If you don't have money, most people do not have respect for you at all. What you say will not matter. If your nephew or your niece is doing something that is not a good habit, and you dare say something to them, your nephew or niece's parent, either mother or father, will will hammer you. Like, they will get on you, they will diss you in front of children. They don't care who is around. And that's some of the things that some people do not get. Some parents, they see their children do not know how to communicate effectively. They do not have respect for themselves or for the adults living in the area or living in the family house. They see their child stealing from them. Most mothers, they see their child taking small money from their purse. They don't say nothing. Before you know it, it starts from small to big. They will start from immediate family, and before you know it, they go outside, and then it goes into the community. And then they become a menace in the community, whereas they robbing people, hardworking people. You okay, baby girl?
Just looking for some.
What would you like? You want to bring the bread, the plate, and the Nutella so I can do it for you? One or two? Sorry, guys. Okay, so bring it. Bring all of them here. So they see, before you know it, they're going after people who are working hard to steal from them, to rob them, with weapons, hold people hostages, demand ransom. Yeah, yeah. Don't forget the knife. Mhm. And not caring about the damage they're doing to another family member, right? Because it's not affecting them. They're gaining something for free. They don't have to work hard for it. They don't have to work hard for it, right? So most times, that create a set that enabling create a certain condition, a problem within community society. You may have like some children living in the neighborhood that people has already labeled them as, the children who will be stealing. They are thieves. So you have to like watch your property and your valuable things. Let me put it here so I'll be able to like, and valuable things. And then the parents don't say nothing. But then when things get out of hands, they get arrested. At times, you have some family member, because of money, their child or children are thieves. But then when they steal, they don't go to prison. But you have a poor family um, member who will go out and steal, and they will be jailed. The selectiveness in society. And then you do have people who will vouch for them because it's their family and they don't want the person to go to jail, which is all difficult for other people to kind of like be receptive to it. So when you have people who enable others, they're creating menace in society. You have some children who have no respect for themselves and for adults and for other people, because when they go in the community, the things that they do, oh my gosh, why is it like, I feel like someone is talking about me. The behavior that they display, it disrupts other people, including when they go to school, right? We have some children, when they go to school, they misbehave. They disrupt the classes that they attend because, they are unhappy, or like someone says something to them. They are incapable of managing their emotions. They get angry. When they get angry, it's either they have verbal outbursts, they become physically aggressive towards people, other people, or they damage other people's property, not their own. They have the mental capacity to protect their own personal possession, personal items, but then they're going to damage or destroy or be destructive to other people' personal property, right? Because, of course, they don't want to lose something that helps them when they are back to baseline. So, being that you have some children or some adults who have that mental capacity to know, say, okay, this phone is mine, so I'm upset. I am not going to throw this phone at the wall. I am not going to throw this phone on the ground. But I see K's phone. I'm just going to stump over to where K's phone is, grab K's phone, and chunk it, throw it, because you know what? I'm just upset. And I shouldn't be held accountable for that, because I have people who enables me to do that. First off, I should be held accountable. If I don't work, I should be given chores, house chores, or like find work if I'm old enough, because from age 16 up, you can find part-time job for you to work, save the money, and replace whatever you damage. But no, you're going to have, like, parents who is going to come and replace the item. The immediate solution, if your child goes to school, if your child goes outside in the community, if your child damage things within the house, now there are some things now you need to replace it. Like if they go to school or they outside in the community and they damage another person's phone, iPad, of course the parent, you are responsible to replace that. Once you replace it, what needs to be done? There needs to be a plan, right? You make a plan, a routine plan for your child, for them to work, to earn the money to replace it. Because if they do not replace it, for me, part of my discipline, birthday present is a must, because we all have one day out of the year to celebrate our born day. So for birthdays, I can never take that away from my children. I don't want them feeling sad, feeling lonely, or feeling unloved because their birthday, that meant that money or whatever present that they're going to get is confiscated. No, that is not right. Even me as an adult, if I have to experience that now, that's going to like really scar me. I'm going to have a problem with that. It will create emotional, it will affect my emotions, and psychologically, I will make a mental note of that. So that's not good. But then when it comes to holidays, I don't need to buy my kids holiday present. So if they are to misbehave and go and damage somebody else's personal property or school item, school iPad or laptop, that the parents have to replace it, it's coming out of their Christmas present money. So if they are to get 2 items now, I will have to calculate the amount that I have to spend, and they will not be able to get their number one present. No way. Why should they? Because they have their items, their personal items. They did not break that. They know if they break that now, it's not going to be replaced. So they're choosing to break someone else. And then you have some parents enabling that to happen. Because once they break it, they're going to buy them a new one. Some parents buy their kids love. When they get older, your child is going to struggle the most in society. They're going to feel entitled of everything, even things that do not belong to them. They're going to feel that they're entitled to use it or to get it. And they will do anything, everything in their power to get what they want. Desire is something that can be tabled. Our needs are more important. And part of the needs that poor parenting needs to implement is making sure that they teach their children and themselves better coping skills, how to effectively express your feelings and emotions, how to resolve problems without violence. Sister Sage William, welcome. I forgot to say it's good to see you. How are you, sis? it's it's really good to see you. Did not even put it here. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me copy. How to resolve problems peacefully without causing harm to other people or you causing harm to yourself. You know, like when nobody's perfect, but our imperfections should give us room to grow and change. There are some of us, I know how it feels, I struggle with anger management problem in my teenage years up to my 30s, which is like over decades. I struggle with anger management and it wasn't easy. Like I was constantly like getting mad, even with the littlest things. I get so anxious about certain things, and then how some people talk, people's tone of voice will trigger me. Even though, we talk the way we talk because that's how we talk, right? But we can learn to tone our voice, right? Some people have high pitch. Their voice is so loud. When they speak, it's like going to be hurting your ears. So sometimes, before, when I was struggling with anger management, when someone is speaking and it bothers me, instead of me simply asking the person to kind of like lower their voice because they too loud, no, I will not say nothing. I would just get upset. I will turn around and walk away. And then when you do that, they will say you being disrespectful, or I will just scream back at them. My response will be with a loud tone of voice, which is disrespectful because it annoys me. Sister, oh, thank you, Nyamisha. How you doing, sis? Like saying, programs me no a pre-recorded one, no. Tell me about banana me yeah juma say no me juma me send your mo hweye no. Serious matter. Eh juma fifie. Nti no send your mo hweye wo I will log in a laptop no camera no omo way, you know, say omo hwe yen da bia nti no say dear Charlie, serious. Greetings to you as well. Medofo pa pebi miniaba emo akwaba. And Sister Womeriko says she greets everyone on this great platform. Oh, thank you. Adum Grace in Kwa Midofo. Wow. Amen. 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 Mona mama machine tree kakra wo aho. Before no tree no be anywhere minimum kind. I'm still working on it. So it's like, you know, for me, every little thing will trigger me. I will argue, fight over petty little things that will not add to my life. Oh man, I enjoy during the time that I had anger management. I feed on to fights. You know, I will create a situation, even if the matter is so small. Now, I will make sure that I'll create a bigger issue. I will make a bigger issue, and you know, to fight, to argue with people that you know I claim that I care for. So when people have anger management, it will start from just every once in a blue moon, and then it becomes frequent, right? Because you're not working on it. There are ways and means to kind of like self-regulate yourself, tone it down when you're getting angry. Okay, identify what is setting you off. Once you are able to identify that now, then you formulate a plan. How best can I deal with situation if I do not have control of it? Because sometimes we don't have control of certain things. Things happen, all right? Most of us have been traumatized during our upbringing, growing up. Some people we associate with, family members who were around us, you know, even some of us, our own parents, because they themselves have dysfunctional mindset. A lot of people with dysfunctional mindset, they lack of coping skills to grow. Sister Omerikwa says, anger can destroy a beautiful relationship. Bam, 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 bam. Says, high five. Tap. No correct. True talk. Papa because before he said we nipa bi we your ba bema anase bema we your ba anase bema na se ebufuo ewo so a you become the most unattractive person because he said webufuo no eba the way a oba anase bema obeye ne ho no tete ne ho gu nipa so matiti mi hu pen o matiti mi hu agu nipa so pen minim how it is omo abufuo wo omo so no omo feel say omo ye gangalia they are all that it's part of defense mechanism. For me, how I develop my anger, I'm not, please do not misunderstand me and ask questions. I'm not talking about this as me being proud of it. No, I'm using my personal experience to educate what I have learned over the years. My anger management, I developed that through some traumatic situation that I experienced when I was staying with some family members when my parents travel abroad. And some of them derive from being flogged all the time over unnecessary things. Most Ghanaian would say discipline. Their way of discipline is beating up a child, flogging a child with no conversation as to, like, children need guidance. Children need guidance, right? They lacking of a lot of resources and knowledge. So as an adult, it's your responsibility, your job, uh, not to, like, create problems, but to support your child or your niece, nephew, younger adults to be able to learn in ways of how to defend themselves, how to make good decisions, the things to do or not to do. You have the do's and don'ts. You teaches them, right? You make them be more aware of people, humanity, when you are at home, because some of us are protected at home. When you go in the community, the things that are happening, how can you handle it? When situation arises, what should be your reaction? Do you stay around to see what is going on? Do you walk away? Or, like, it's needed, because adults supposed to guide children, but you have some people who will use beating, and it's not small beating. I have my share experience, whereas one of my uncle, he flogged me to the point, like, my cousin and I went to see a concert, right? And it wasn't a concert that people are having sex. No, it was a concert. Obra came to Odan to do a concert, and I love Obra, so we went to see, and that concert, it stays with me today, because it was through them that I learned that, we each have our destiny. At the time, I heard it, but I wasn't utilizing it. It took me my adulthood to learn certain coping skills to finally get what I learned in my teenage years. So we went, my cousin and I, and my cousin, uh, some friends and I went to see it. My uncle, he didn't see us sneak out of the house to go. We had to we snuck out because he wouldn't let us go. He sleeps early. But when we came back, his wife saw us come back, and she was like, "Where did you guys go?" We told her where we went. And then she was like, "Okay, you guys should not do that again, because if your uncle find out, or your dad," my cousin was, that was her dad, "sees, find out, you guys in trouble." I went to sleep with I went to sleep, and as I was sleeping, at first I thought I was dreaming, and I felt pain all over my body. My Something hit me across my face, and I was disoriented, like, like I didn't know what was happening. So I woke up from my sleep in the middle of the night, and my uncle, here comes my uncle, flogging the crap out of me, just because I went to see a concert. I didn't go and have sex. I did not go see a man or a boy. I went to see a concert, a proper concert. He flogged me to the extreme. I have bruises all over me. He was flogging me all over my body. It didn't matter, because when I woke up, I was running around. The door is locked. I'm running around trying to find a place to, like, hide myself, putting my hands up. Like, it was crazy. This man was like hitting me everywhere, all part of my body. He didn't care if the cane is going to poke me in the eye. No, none of that. He didn't have that mentality as an adult. His way of discipline was just beatings in Kwan. So through that, I made it like, it made me angry because my parents who born me to this world did not beat me, did not flog me. So how is it that someone who is not my mom, not my father, have the capacity or the audacity to do that? It made me really angry. So my anger started building up. And there were instances, other things that happened with some of my nieces from by marriage. They accused me of things, so I made it my business. If I'm going to get flogged every time something happens, then I'm going to start beating the shit out of them. And then my uncle can come and beat me too, because I wasn't going to, like, I had it up to here. So I get into fight, you mess with me, I will fight you and I'll beat you. It wasn't like I wasn't strong. I was a Tom girl. So I'll do that. This I will request someone who have anger issue needs to know his or her triggers to able to self-regulate. Sister, yes. How do you self-regulate? If you don't identify your triggers, if you do not find your strength and your stronghold, which is your weakness. And sometimes we also need to be mindful. Our stronghold can also become our strength. My bad. Our strength sometimes can also become our trigger if we overdo it excessively. So we need to know our limits. Just take on a break or pause to do self-assessment. Self-assessment is like incredible. I do self-assessment every 6 months to a year. Sometimes I extend it because I see myself doing well in certain areas. So you have to like give yourself homework, work on yourself. I mean, listen, I can listen, Sister Awumrekua, can influence me in a positive forum with some of her teachings. I can utilize some of her teachings, some of the things that I feel will benefit me and add to what I know, right? Sister Sage can do the same thing. So I tell you guys, for me, I'm very selective on social media. I don't listen to every single person. Where there is frequent conflict, you don't see me there, because nothing over there is going to benefit me. I'm not going to get nothing, because when you hear someone defaming someone insulting someone, what am I going to get out of that? The only thing I see is poor behavior, poor characteristic. What is that going to do for you? What do you learn from that? It's okay for people to express their emotions and feelings. Never hold your feelings and emotions inside, because you harming yourself. That's like, psychologically, emotionally. So of course, express yourself, but know when to stop. If you get angry and it has to take not one, not two, multiple people or other people to calm you down, you have a major issue. You should not even be in a relationship or be married or have children, because the day that things will get out of hand, you most likely take a person's life. When you go on social media, you see some articles and some things, that a father or a mother got angry, or something triggered them, and they murder or kill their child to get back at their partner, their exes. I mean, my gosh, that's your child. That's poor parenting. How do you inflict pain on your own child just to hurt your partner? What does that innocent child has to do with whatever problem is going on between the two adults who cannot function productively due to dysfunctional mindsets? Sister Awomerikwa, Sister Awo, thank you for your contribution. I just love contribution. I want you guys to contribute, okay? Please. It helps. Boss, the marvelous knowledge boss lady. Welcome. Hashtag Dadaba Rasta one. Yes, I don't need Shira Mini Ebusiafo Adolfo no yɛn nyinaa yɛ ho yɛ Nyame adom. Also only you wabusiafo mo ho te sɛn. So this is our woman requested. A lot of Ghanaians are traumatized by just our upbringing. Therefore, most of us are working about angry with. Most of us are working about angry with each other or this upper highways. It's a problem. I don't mean to laugh, but sometimes, sometimes, when you hear situation, or like, you're talking about certain things, beside laughing or smiling, if you don't do that, the only other thing is to cry or be sad. You cannot allow your upbringing or past bad experiences to ever define you. During the period that I was angry, I was allowing my past experience to define me, because the behavior that I display, right, which was a defense mechanism, it shows where I was at. It was horrible. Like I didn't feel good when I got angry. It didn't feel good. My inside will feel really hot. My brain was not functioning the way it needed to function. During the time, I will not be able to think rationally, because it feels like your brain, your mind is racing. So whatever the other person says, it's not penetrating, it's not getting through your skull. You're not hearing it. You always going to, like, you misinterpret things. You misunderstand or misunderstood whatever is being said to you. You assume, because of your limited knowledge or emotional lack of emotional intelligence, your level of understanding and level of emotional intelligence is very low. Some of us, our thinking or emotional intelligence is at baseline. Others are even beneath baseline. Can you imagine it? And then you have those who are willing, the open mindset people, to learn. They are above baseline. They are more likely to engage in appropriate, healthy conversation. have better understanding and be receptive to educative programs. They are more willing to go and be part of that conversation, share their opinion, their ideas, what they have learned over the years. We all have past experiences, some bad, others so, some are very beneficial because of how we receive things, how we process things, and how we understand it. Then to add to that, how we apply it. Because like if I hear a friend or someone speaking about something beneficial, speaking wisdom, knowledge, and I listen to that person, once I'm done listening to the person, I will have to sit and say, you know, what this person said, I never even thought of that. Okay. So, like for me right now, do I need this in my life right now? What am I lacking of this? How do I apply effectively? Ekwan bɛɛ so na metimi de saa asɛm yi a makɔte nyansasɛm yi a makɔte ekwan bɛɛ na mɛfa so a mede bɛyɛ me nso me ho adwuma na manya so mfasoɔ. How can I benefit from it? Na me yɛ wie ɔho te sɛ yɛmu bi wɔ hɔ no ma yɛsua adeɛ no a yɛsua no yɛnni nteaseɛ koraa o. Kyerɛ sɛ yɛnhyɛ da nwi ho ɛne yɛnya ho nteaseɛ. Ba yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkɔ ne yɛkɔka kyerɛ yɛ kununom anaasɛ yɛ yerenom, yɛ nuanom, yɛbusuafoɔ, yɛ namfofoɔ, adɔfoɔ nom sɛ sei na mate nea ɛsɛ woyɛ ne sei ne sei ne sei ne sei ne sei a sei na ɛbɛba. And then obi a wɔyɛ badwemba no wɔte saa asɛm no a ɔbɛba akɔtena ase adwen ho, ɔbɛda adwen ho, ɔbɛtake ne time. Time is of the essence. And patient. You have to be patient. You cannot rush things. And toboaseɛ ɛne mmerɛ ɛyɛ adeɛ mmienu a sɛ wote wiase na wonni ɛwɔ w'abrabɔ mu a na kyerɛ sɛ wo deɛ wɔmmɔbɔ ɛwɔ wiase. Mentu mmirika mfa nkɔyɛ adeɛ because Ghanafoɔ bebree wɔte asɛm ɔpɛ sɛ wɔkɔ implement, wɔkɔ apply because ɔte na te a wate no nipa no wanyɛ demonstration ankyerɛw. Wɔkan waka akyerɛw sɛ sei ne sei. Sɛnea ɔkaa no wote aseɛ sɛn. Enti no wodi mmirika ɛkɔ akɔyɛ na akɔyɛ wie na sɛ ankɔ yi a no aba sɛ sister adwo ɔdɔ asɛm yi ɔkan yi wɔboa. Ɛyɛ dɛn na meboa. Sɛnea woyɛ no woyɛ no sɛnea meka na because ɛnɛ nkɔmɔ a yɛdi asɛm a meken nipa ɛbɛtie ɛne mmea me ho yɛnti aseɛ ɛsono obi ade obi ne me deɛ ɛbɛyɛ pɛ obi nso no ɔbɛte maybe close to me madwen obi nso deɛ amfa saa kwan ne so obi nso ɛbɛyɛ nkwasi asɛm ama no. Enti no asɛm na nipa naka no sɛ na wote aseɛ ɛna sɛnea wote aseɛ no ɛkwan bɛɛ na wobɛfa so a wobɛtumi ayɛ a ɛbɛtu mpɔn wobɛtumi ama na gyina na ɛtu mpɔn. Yɛsɛ practice makes improvement, right? Ade a wonim no woyɛ a mɛnwi sɛ meyɛ no a couple days anaasɛ na wɔtwe bi na wɔtwe mmienu anaasɛ bosome bi. Sometimes adeɛ bi wɔ hɔ a woyɛ a it would take months and years. And when who say adeɛ ne yɛ adwuma, ye mu bi ye ni abotre. Ye hya adeɛ bi ase na sɛ antomu a, even ye hya ase na sɛ nkɔ yi a, sometimes you do not need to abort it. Ebi akwan a wo fa so a wo hya ase no, ɛna ama na anye yi. Go back to the drawing board. Sansan wachi na kɔhwɛ baby a one fancy ye enti a ankɔ ye. Obi wɔ hɔ no mo relationship mu a ɔkɔ one relationship mu after another. There bia ne partner wɔ problems. Ɔno de ɔnhwɛ ne ho enso na bia problem no the main root no comes from that person. Ɔno a wɔse ne ho kafoɔ wɔ problem no, ɔno ne de kora mpo de yɛ ka kora enye ye. Wotwe entwe. Wotu entu. Se wodua edua foforo a wotutu amena na wodi asim na wakeka anwea na guso esi honom up to na wotwe wokɔ na wokotu wode wo nsa so ma obetimi atu afrim easy as time goes on ma femra hwe so obetimi atu a ubeye den you can never pull it ubehia chainsaw anase caterpillar bibi na ade atu. You cannot pull a plant out from the ground after 1 year. It's impossible by hand. You can't do that. Within a couple weeks, you can do it easy. And to say, common sense is not so common for many people. And to say, "Bia, wesua ade foforo." Men dream say ade a wesua no a couple days and a couple weeks, say yeah, Juma. No. Ujin sa na ukita nkoradwen. So ukita nkoradwen so a say wunya panyi bi a owo nimdeɛ ɛna wakyerɛ wo panyindwen. Ya won panyifo bebree a ebinom ɔmafudwon ɛso nanum kasa wo kasa a owura bɛpo. Rev Emmanuel ya me wakɔ aba apomu te sɛn. Apomu te sɛn. Last week boss, let me see. Shalom to you as well. God bless. Rev Emmanuel so chiamu nyina. Greetings to good people of this platform. Greetings to you as well. The best by oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You're so very welcome. No problem. Wonderful. I'm happy you're doing good. So, at times, because of anger, and anger, by the way, this I won't put it here. Anger is one letter away from danger. Because if you put D in front of the A now, that's danger. So knowing this, when you are someone who cannot manage your emotions, who gets angry easy, and you cannot self-regulate, you are a dangerous person to be around. Because with time, if you don't work on it now, you're not going to get better. You're going to get worse. It will go to a point now you will not have control of yourself, left alone with your partner, your children having control. Once you get upset, you can harm each and every person closest to you. So Anger is something that people, parents, children, siblings, people in general needs to work on it. Sometimes someone will say something to you, you want to go and slap the jinkies out of that person. Eh? You want to hurt the person from what they say to you. And if you do not take control of your emotions now, you may find yourself in jail or you may kill somebody. I have read and seen someone who slapped another person. The person fell on the ground and did not wake up no more. And then another example is the taxi driver, the Ghanaian man, a good man, a hardworking man, as a cab driver, went to work, have teenagers take his come into his car, drop them off, did not pay. He and these children, teenagers, at some point he find himself outside his car and they hit him. He hit the ground. He died because he had internal bleeding. Beautiful soul, gone just like that. If those children, those teenagers were able to do the right thing, pay him, or even if he came out to speak to them, to reason with them, and they were unhappy about it, I'd rather that they would have walked away instead of putting their hands, being physically aggressive towards this man. Lost his life senselessly. His children, young children, without a father, because those teenagers were unhappy. They were unhappy about what transpired. Is that fair? No. But if those children had been taught some better coping skills, how to walk away from situation, how to avoid escalating situation, how to have effective communication with someone you disagree with someone you're trying to dupe, with someone you're trying to scam, with someone you're trying to rob. If those teenagers have been taught or taking time to develop certain positive skills, that man will have been still be alive today. He lost his life for something that could have been resolved. When situation happens and we get angry or we choose not to think rationally, it can turn fatal. Some people get angry. Some people, like, there are so many objects that can be used as a form of weapon. A lot of people don't know that. Some people do know that. And they have it on them. And most times, there are some things, even when we teaching now, I can't say it because me saying it out loud, can give someone who has evil and wicked mentality to adapt that. They will forget about all the positive things. But there are a lot of objects, even like in school premises, a lot of things that the student, the children, and the teachers uses that could be used as a weapon to hurt another person. Yet it's displayed on a desk, is displayed on a counter in classrooms, offices, homes, places. So, like, it's a whole lot. Rev Emmanuel says anger and bitterness is deadly. Oh. Some marriages are suffering due to this anger and bitterness. Most definitely. Why do you think that? Bitterness, it comes from being angry and holding on to things that your partner has been doing over the years, over the time that you guys been together, not letting go of you being wronged or something happening, your partner making a mistake, or your partner you feel that they're not working hard enough, that they're not supportive. There are so many things. The negative energy, a lot of couples in relationship and marriages, they keep building up all this negative energy, fighting over petty stuff, not expressing themselves, not speaking out, their emotions and feelings. And then, you have other partners, when you're trying to speak to them, they tell you, say, I was never taught like that. I like the way that I am. I don't want to talk about it. I don't know why you're talking to me about it. I don't know what you want me to do. Sometimes your partner is just asking you to give them a listening ear. Be an active listener. Tiema sam keke. Ennioma bi ahyɛ me so. I'm in pain. Mepɛ sɛ meka nsɛm no firi m'akoma. I want to express myself, to relieve my heart. Some people, they live in the same house and they don't even talk to each other. Poor communication in their marital home, in their relationship. They don't know how to have a constructive dialogue. Just you telling me what is going on with you, what you feeling, what you dislike, what you like. But not every conversation has to be negative. Some conversation has to focus on your happiness. What makes you happy? The things that you feel that you have done well, your partner improvements that he or she has made. Do we even show gratitude? Do we express appreciation to each other? Do we give each other hugs? Do we give each other kisses? You can give a little peck in the cheek, in the lips, in the forehead. Do we rub each other's hand? Like, do we massage each other? Learning to massage your partner is like, I feel that is one of the romantic things that a partner can do. But some people, they don't even think it. Massaging your foot, massaging your partner's foot. But you know what? Sometimes you have some partners that you can massage their foot too, because when they take off their socks or their shoes, the foot odor, their foot stinks. Omo na ho bon kankankan. Nti obi a ne na ho bon, woyɛ dɛn de wo nsa kɔsuso mu sɛ wo massage no. Poor hygiene. It's a turn off. But some of us, we don't want to learn. So what else is new? Anger and bitterness is not a skill, a good skill. It's unhealthy and toxic. It's going to dissolve or destroy your relationship and marriage. You're going to lose a good partner. You're going to lose your family, your loved ones, to anger and bitterness. Don't hold on to things, because when you become bitter, your heart, it hardens. There's no feel in it. You're not going to experience happiness. Every time, yeah, you always distress. You creating your own distress. Your mouth alone, your mouth alone is abusive, verbal abusive. You become verbal abusive, emotionally, psychologically. There are some coping skills. There are some things now one should not even waste developing. I am grateful. I am so grateful. Say, at some point in my life, I was able to finally say to myself, for me to pause and say to myself, okay, Adjoa, you have to work on your anger. It's not good for you. You ruining yourself, you ruin your marriage. Your children are going to pick on this habit, which is not a good habit for them to pick. So you have to work on yourself. And thanks be to God, I did all the work. I pray on it, but I did all the work, the mental and the physical work on my anger. I did all that without having to see a counselor or go counseling. It's things that I learned going to webinars, having trainings, implementing certain things, changing certain ways. I can't say, oh, because growing up, one of my uncles used to flog me, so I'm going to be flogging my children as a form of discipline. I put talk of that would never happen, because during the time that I was being flogged, it was unpleasant, uncomfortable, painful feeling. I will never inflict that on my children, because I am not that uncle. I am not that person. You have to care. You have to be kind. You have to love. You have to show compassion. Teach. Rev Emmanuel said most people begin to feel defeated or fear to be called cowards because they let go of situation that may end up bad. And and that is one of the problems. Fear is something, is one of the negative feelings, that hold people hostage internally within themselves. They stay put. They don't want to change anything, because they're fearful of being a failure and what other people think. You're not living on this earth to impress or satisfy other people. You should prioritize yourself first. Here, sɛ wo ho hia wo sen ansa na obiara aba. Me madua me ba I have to take care of me first before before my husband and my children comes, ansa na me extend akɔ family. Yeah, because it's a my me ma hwɛ me ho so. Na sɛ nyame anya madom, na sɛ yareɛ bi bɔ me anaasɛ asɛm bi to me who's going to take care of me? Nti esi yɛhwɛ yɛwodi so yɛ nipadua no, our existence, we have to take care of ourselves. So when it comes to self-care, self-love, self-assessment, self-value, self-discipline, basically self everything. I am very selfish with that. And you know what? I love it because I am not hurting anyone. Mhm. I have to be selfish when it comes to spoiling myself. I'm not hurting anybody. And then once I accomplish that, transferring that, I have to rotate that, regulate that into selflessness. When you transfer in what you have implemented in you, because for me to love myself, it's so easy for me to transfer that love to K and my kids, my family, my parents, my siblings, friends, people closer to me. It's easy for me to do that because the feeling, I know how it feels to be loved because I love me. During the time that I had anger management, I had so many issues. My self-confidence was low. I did not like people at all. If you talk certain way, you carry yourself certain way, you like, I don't bother with you, right? I have uh, I lack of effective communication, a lack of active listening, like anger. Anger alone, you develop a lot of negative energy and you lack in so many areas. I lack of boundaries because I will speak anyhow. Mm? I was so reactive. Now I'm more proactive. I think about what I'm going to do first before I do it. I just don't up and go. If I see a situation, I have to assess it. I need to pause because you can go in the midst of a situation. Some people have lost their life because of that. You go and latch on to somebody else's problem. Your problem is your problem. You're going to have to deal with it. If I have knowledge of that, or if I have some advice and suggestion, I can provide that. But you're going to have to do the work. Sometimes, you have people, they go to church, they pray for God to make them rich. How do you become rich? Why do you think God gave us the brain in our head? For you to come up with realistic goals. Be strategized. When you're going to accomplish this, how do you go from point A to point B? When you pray, prayers are good. I don't have any problem with praying. Praying with no belief, right? It's useless because you just praying. You hear people saying pray, so you just up and pray. You have to pray and trust in your God. However, don't sit there after you pray and expecting some miracle to come from somebody. You're going to have to help yourself. Self everything is essential, it's important. Do not sit there waiting for someone to come and solve your problems. What's wrong with you? In US, abrochire, yɛwɔ nipa bebree a wɔyɛ disabled. Obi wɔ hɔ a ne nan, oni nan, yɛwo no kita nan. Obi wɔ nso a accident nti no, ne nan ɛnyɛ adwuma. Wa paralyze from ne kɔn to ne nan. Ɛnso saa nipa no, ɔbɔ ne ho mmɔden. pa 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 pa. Ọkọ ọyẹ nneọma ọkọ physical therapy just nneọma bebree obi mu wọ helper a ọde ne bẹkọ akọ recreational center akọyẹ bingo just interact with other people like obi wọ hɔ ntumi nkasa ọde machine na kasa enso no wọn tena fie enye ne ho mọbọmọbọ yɛn nko ayɛ kuro mu Ghana nipa no yɛ all right enso no ɔpɛ sɛ obi ɛna ɔfixing the problem man. Let me read the comment to cry. Let me catch up with it. Rev Emmanuel said it is not easy dealing with a proud, arrogant, and a mean partner. They feel offended until like you want to voice out of some pains within you. No crap, Obi wa home petty. Some partners they don't even want to hear you, how you feel. They don't even want to hear the emotions, your emotions, what you're going through and stuff like that. They don't have time for that crap. But when they are going through something now, they want you to drop everything and spend your time for them. The selfish partners, the closed mindset and the fixed mindset people, no, the narcissists, the cowards, they want you, the unsupportive partners, no, they want you to waste your time on them. Reverend Emmanuel says, Sadwa, please, I want you to help me with the answer to this question, please. No problem. Question. What must you do when your partner makes it open to you by her attitude and character you are not important in her life? Chai! And this partner does everything possible not to make you feel the love and respect in the marriage. Okay, let me tackle the first one. What must you do? What must you do when your partner makes it open to you by her attitude and character you are not important in her life? First off, there are some instances now it's really ironic and sad and very unfortunate. As at no circumstance in relationship, in marriages, that a partner should open their mouth to tell their partner or make it known to their partner that they are not important as they are. They're not equally important in comparison to them. If a partner make it known that you are not of importance, then that partner does not deserve you. Why are they still with you? They gaining something from you. That's why they're with you. Are they speaking of anger? Then they need to work on themselves. Words are powerful. And married couples or people in relationship needs to tame their tongue, learn effective way to address situation issues without having to hurt their partner emotionally and psychologically, because such attitudes, such characteristic coming from such partner can even cause a partner, if it's a man now, they will not, when it comes to bedroom performance now, they will not have the excitement, the sensual feelings to even make love to you as you want them to. They will not even have the urges to come close to you. You Words like this pushes your partner far away. My like you know my The things that most couples need to understand: when you have partner like this who tells you you're not important, there is someone out there, other people who finds you important, should be the one that you should be around. They don't need you. So if you're not important, why is she still with you? And it shouldn't have to be because I was angry. Because, when someone is mad or angry, they want to say things to hurt their partner because of how they're feeling. If my husband, does not tell me how he's feeling, and he's going to be verbally abusive to me, whereas it develop into emotional and psychological abuse, he is going to have a problem with me, because I will not stand to allow my partner to limit me, to degrade me, to not value my existence, my presence within our marital home. No way in hell. Because if my partner sees himself or herself as important, I'm expecting that partner to think the same for me. But if they see me below them now, then there's no need for us to continue our union. When I become of importance to you, it might be too late. Daddy Lumba Nyum, sometimes when it comes to handy. Mede me hu nyina ma wo. Oda mi do wunti. So ahu ne mekyere no. Enti no ti se me ne wo ho nom no so mpɛ me, right? Me ho abɔ me ho so. But obi say wompa obi pɛ. Now the second question is, and this partner does everything possible not to make you feel love and respect in the marriage. That's the worst. It's really, really sad though. Hey, the person does not make you feel love or respect. eh? In every relationship, every marriage, it's not just the man who wants to be respected though. The woman also wants to be respected. It's very important for couples to respect one another. Why? Because everything that you do within your marital home, if you have children, the walls have ears. Some people are very observant. Me, when I go out tonight, I don't pay attention to what is being said, unless you're speaking to me directly. But people's body language, I I observe people's body language because it tells you a lot. When some people pretend to be happy and they go outside and they're trying to be smoochy, like, you see the body language. Because sometimes you have a wife or a husband trying to get close to the wife, and then the wife will get up or the husband will get up, like they want to go get something, and then they go and stay there for some time before they come. By the time they come, the wife's face and the mouth is like this big, or the man's face, oh boy, looks like he's about to kill somebody. So respect and love is like, it is heartbroken, for anyone to be in a marriage and not feel love and respected. It's hard. it doesn't make you feel valued. That is so wrong. So, I mean, some of the things that can be done to resolve some of these matters, if you feel um, that your marriage, you need to save your marriage, or you want your partner to have better understand that, have a productive dialogue. Talk to your partner, making sure that the things that they say, how much it hurts you, and asking them to respect themselves enough to respect you, to tame their tongue, and be able to express themselves without insulting you, disrespecting you, or saying hurtful things to you, just for them to feel comforted. Because sometimes some people, they say hurtful things because they going through pain themselves. They lack of confidence, and they don't know how to vent out their anger and emotions. But it's never right for a partner to use their partner um, as a punching bag each time they feel unhappy, each time they are sad, each time they feel lonely. Because such this type of behavior can cause a partner to isolate themselves, and also withdraw, and the love they have for their partner will decrease as time goes on. And then sometimes, their sexual needs, or sexual desires, it decrease. So then that's going to become another problem within the marital home. So I hope, Rev, Emmanuel, that I have answered your question and you certify with it. If not, not follow up with another question. Thank you. My dear, people just pray because they want something from God, but within them acts devilish. that is assurance. So that is for sure. And if you are a believer, a Christian whatsoever, and don't wait till you need something for you to go and pray on it. And when you do pray on something and you are rewarded through a family member, through someone, or however it comes about now, do not just stop. Continue to pray, for more wisdom, for you to invest, to keep your wealth, and all other things. Don't just stop, because like some people, when hard time comes, or challenges, going through challenges, that's when they're going to pray, sweating, doing all that. And then once they get what they need, they no longer do praying. They no longer do any of that. You think God is, that naive? Even before you start praying, He already knows. So we are our own miracles, and we can also be our own enemies based on the things that um, we do, and based on the things that we don't do. Choices. Life is all about choices. Life is challenge. We go through challenges, difficulties, struggles. Obranenya easy sao. And yet sometimes it's like you climb up, you descend, climb up, descend, curve here, there. Sometimes our choice of partners can create so many problems. Other times, there's so much people we listen to. You have to make sure that you're talking with people who have wisdom. You listening to people who educate. Not people who's coming and talking about somebody's mother, Tonga, and like I'm like, God damn, what is wrong with people? Like Ebi before Binum sometimes, and I don't know. Hey, Obaba Rami, you day, pa. Sorry. didn't see you earlier. Uh, Rev Emmanuel said, "Hey, Rami, I have missed you. Oh. Have you? Hope you doing great, please." Yes, Rami is doing well. It's happening, pa, in most homes. I have a lot to talk about. Oh. I see. Okay. So it's like, if you would like, I can send you the link. And then also, like, after the program, you can call me through Messenger and we can discuss some things also. It's crazy. Raminana Martin says, Rev Emmanuel, miss you more. I'm in the bus back home, so may go of course. I have to take the train. I see, no problem. Get home safe then. Let me see. Okay. All right. Let me go up. I didn't realize I missed a lot of. Okay. Okay. Rev said, great. You are on point, Sister Ajua. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sister Ajua, you see why I don't speak about or against polygamy. I knew that was going to come up. Oh, there is a lot of secrets going on most people don't know. Yeah, so many. Our dodo. Having multiple wife, some men they enjoy you. Um, one of my uncles, he was a king and he had like, three wives. But by the time he passed away, he only had one wife, which was his first wife, because when he had the three wives, there was so um uh, like petty arguments and fight among uh, some of the wives. You see the first wife and the third wife gets along, and then the first wife and the second wife don't get along, and then the second wife and the third, like there's so much conflict going on. But like some of the one of the reasons that my uncle divorced two of them and was left with one is because of bickering, the fighting, the the chaos, the creating unnecessary situation. But you do have some men that having multiple wives, it works for them. You have most African cultures who participate and practice polygamy, right? But polygamy, a lot of people don't like. If you have a wife and a side chick, that's not it. That's cheating. Because you're not married to the side chick. Having two wives is part of polygamy, but most of our men don't understand that because they say it's in their blood. Well, if you have a wife treating you the way, telling you that you are not important, they don't make you feel loved or respected, then you may have a partner who will go outside the marriage and get into a relationship with another woman. But I would prefer that you you dissolve the marriage first before you go out and entertain other partners, because I mean there are so much there are so much into that. A lot of people, I mean, we do have some couples who also are like going through a lot of like challenges, difficulties and struggles. They have a partner but they feel lonely in their marital home. They are grieving, they are being mistreated, they're going through emotional and psychological abuse, financial abuse, spiritual abuse, identity abuse, th- they are desperate, they are too dependent on their partner, and they're going through so much, they're not together no more. Like, they with someone, but they are alone. Like, it's like married but living single, right? You're not getting the love that you deserve. I mean, I think, love is one of the coping skills that every single person to need to like develop for themselves, because every person who understand what love is, if you love yourself, right, you will not do harm to your partner or say things that will be harmful to your partner, because love is love. It's a good feeling, it's a positive energy. So why be with someone that you do not respect, you do not care for, you do not see importance of them? There need to be boundaries. It's crazy. Okay. Oh dear, please take care. Oh, okay. To Grammy. Hmm. And some dear no. Obi ka ho a the alien bebree. Sajwa, I hope you know that some people have made up their mind to torture you. So, anyway, you use to talk or express dissatisfaction, they get angry, and at the end of the day, no fruitfulness. That's true. I mean, we do recognize that we have people who get into relationship and marriages because of money, because of property, uh, financial stability, material things. Is not about love, you know. And some people also have their hidden agenda, because your family have family background is good, so they want name for themselves. You do also have some people who will get married, and within a short period of time they will get a divorce, and they want to keep your family name because their family name, they don't value their family name, so they want to keep your family name, even after divorce. There is so many things that can, so many factors that can play into that. So it's a lot. I mean, we each were raised in different homes, so we have different mentality, how our mind develop. That's why, like, the dysfunctionalness is a lot. It's a whole lot more when it comes to our Ghanaian community and society. You move for no to say the dysfunctionalness, no edoso as in functional one. It's unfortunate to say. So when it comes to certain things, I mean, we have to be mindful that we can't have people thinking the same way that we think, right? But we can change our mindset, the wiring of our mind. We can deprogram ourselves, learn new coping skills, have better under process, have better understanding before you implement to reprogram yourself. So it's a lot. When and I'm looking at, let me see what it is. Personal Matters by Susan Britt, and she put this up in July 7, 2011. Regarding personal matters, functional versus dysfunctional behavior. And she stated that the word functional means that something works well. Idea, yeah, Juma. It values part, interact efficiently to complete a specific task. Obviously, when something is dysfunctional, it does not work efficiently. It performs in an impaired or incomplete way. So people who have dysfunctional minds, uh, it things are not working. When you say that a person behaves functionally, You mean that the various part of the self, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, comes together as a healthy whole to struggle with the do tasks of life, managing problems and finding fulfillment. That's when the functional person, that's how things are. Things progress, right? When a person behaves dysfunctionally, it means that some part of the self are not working well. She or he struggles with life in an impaired, ineffective, or incomplete way. It is not, however, dysfunctional to have problems or to be fulfilled. Problems and challenges are standard elements of human existence. It is the way in which people react to the challenges, how they manage the struggle, that is functional or dysfunctional. Bam, 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 bam. Although it is difficult to simplify complex human action, the following list of behavior patterns may be helpful in understanding the difference between functional and dysfunctional behavior, right? Um, care for yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, which is something that I said, self-care, basically self everything, in is reflexible, open to new ways of doing things, acknowledge problems and take appropriate action to solve them. A lot of people don't want to even acknowledge their problem or take responsibility of situation, things that they create, right? They have been raised in a toxic, unhealthy environment, so they want to continue that trend, that pattern. So you have dysfunctional and functional. When one is dysfunctional, things are not working well, and we see some of them on social media a lot, right? How some people act, carry themselves. You can tell we always make wrong choices most at times. So, and like we, there are there are some decisions and choices that we make that's not going to go well, right? But then we can take a step back by pausing, assess the situation, and change it. But when you have people with dysfunctional minds now, they don't want to pause and assess the situation and change their way. They just want to continue because that's what they feel comfortable with. That's their comfort zone. So no matter what you do and say, however you're trying to influence them, no, nothing will happen. They will not work on themselves. So they become a certain condition for you. They become a problem for you. We have some poor parenting, like, some parents, they don't teach their children the skills that the skill set that they need, like life skills, being uh, able to learn, being loyal, being faithful, being supportive, uh, learning how to talk, sweet talk, not to dupe someone, but to make someone feel love, to care for someone. They don't teach them that, right? And then they expect you to come and marry their sons and their daughters, and for you to deal with their problem. You you are married to that person, so now it's your problem now. Like, how do you do that? Because my husband's problem, like if it's affecting our environment, is becoming toxic, or my problems is becoming toxic, I will need to deal with it. I will need to fix myself. My husband needs to fix himself. And then as couples, we have to come together, talk about things, assess things, make note the do's and don'ts, and then start working on it together, to build a healthier home. However, like if you as a parent, because of your poor parenting, you are expecting me to come and raise your child, it's a no-no. Because I'm not your child. I'm not his mom. I'm not his parent. So I cannot teach him things. He's a grown man. I'm a grown woman. So it's like the things that I'm lacking of, I have to work on it. The things that he's like, he has to work on it. So it's give and take. It can't be coming from one person. Oh, please. Okay, please. Thank you. You're welcome. So a lot of things, we have to think about things through. Like, we're not perfect, but at least, make the effort. Sister Ajwa, I have come to realize that in life, your peace should be your priority in life. Therefore, you must do away with anything or anyone that is a threat to your peace. Bam, 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 bam. Hmm. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. So let me do some promos for some of my sisters, like um on social media, like other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, we have some of our brothers and sisters. Um, hey, Kay, I didn't know you. Kay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, my love. Mwah. Welcome. If you have come on and I have not acknowledged you, please forgive me. I wasn't watching myself before, but um, I love you guys all the same. It's not intentional, and you're So, thank you. Oh, Lord Jesus. I didn't know, sir. Hobby was watching me. Oh, my dear sister, Frida. Ewa, Kobina. 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 Sanak. Is it the right pronunciation? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. Yeah, so we do have some of our sisters and brothers who also do educative programs, and you can go on their platform, their page, and watch their pre-recorded videos or their live videos. You can follow them on Facebook and subscribe their YouTube. So when they come live, you'll be able to see them and um, also support them. Like, thank you guys for all the contribution. I love the contributions and questions. When y'all come ask the questions and stuff, things I don't have answers for, I will let you know I don't know much of it, and I'll go and learn it and come and talk about it. But if I have knowledge of it, I will be more than happy to provide whatever necessary information that I can give, and then others can also add to it. So we have Sister Awum Rekua. She was on earlier. Lunchtime talk, Facebook. Please go and subscribe her and YouTube. Follow her on Facebook. She comes live today. She was live earlier. She was drop some bangers and nuggets, very knowledgeable, with so much wisdom. And she says it as it is. She's a counselor also. So if you need counseling, with the counseling, you have to pay. Not everything is free. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to pay too, because you also acquire a lot more than you may need. So let's go and support Sister Awo Mrikwa. With lunchtime talk. So go and follow her, and you can watch some of her pre-recorded videos on her page. And then we have Boss Lady, the marvelous, knowledgeable, strong-willed Boss Lady one. Hashtag that about Rasta. In Fire Drive Time, Boss is like, on at Fire Life Radio. Almost Uja Demu Ankasa. 4 p.m. UK time, Boss has taken some time off. But once she resumes, you guys can tune in. Right now, if you go on Fire Life Radio, some of her pre-recorded video, you can check her out. And then Fire Life Radio, um, they have Mami Treboa and Accra in Sankofa. Almost see Chi Casano. Yeah. Yes, Chi Casano. And then we have our sister Obapa Aisha Ankra with the X Factor. Sister Aisha is someone that, very supportive. Every educative program I go on, I see Sister Aisha Ankra, even like her traveling to Ghana. Sometimes you have internet not so favorable. She will still come on and share the program. She support financially. She does not do live programs, but she also doing other businesses, with Juice Plus natural supplement to balance your diet. You can order that all over wherever you are, across the globe. You can order Juice Plus from her. Also, she sells silverware. Set of plates and so many other things. That one too, you can order it wherever you are. Avon product, for the Avon products, you can only order it if you live in UK, because if you live outside UK, you will not be able to order any Avon product from her. So if you are someone who loves Avon product, like I love the bubble bath, it's like so awesome, and lip gloss. Okay, I just love them. So you can order some to support Sister Aisha Ankara. And then we have Obapa Nana Abna, for organic hair products. So you can DM her on Messenger. Sister Aisha, also you can DM her on her Messenger. If you look on the screen, you see the display, Sister Aisha, like for the Juice Plus, you have her website that you can order that from her. And then we have our author, Sister Ya, for the Atubra, to follow her on Facebook at Auntie Ya's Book Corner. And then to subscribe her YouTube is Auntie Ya's Book Channel. To support her, she comes live on Saturdays morning at 9:30 MST time, which will be 11:30 EST time. And then for Ghana time, it will be 4:30, I believe. Uh, right? Yeah, because you have 12, 31, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it will be 4:30 Ghana time. I think so. I'm trying to figure out my math to make sure I'm not giving the wrong time. And Sister Yafa Atubra has written um 4 books. The fifth one is on its way. The first book is inspirational book, which is Reflection of My Thirsty Soul. And the second book is my personal favorite, but I love all her books. Is The Beauty of a Woman's Heart, which from age 10 and up, men, women can read it. All her books, men can read it. And then the third one is Refreshing for My Weary Soul. It's a devotional book. And the fourth one is Own It, which is a number one bestseller in Amazon. It's a guideline to taking accountability and responsibility. So if you need to buy any of her book, you can buy it at Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, ebook, and Kindle. Like you can order it from there, and they are reasonable price. So let's support Sister Ya for the Atobra, because the editing, marketing, and publishing is all money. And then we have Obapa, Sister Ya B, Sister Ya Boatima, Boatin dash Russell. Her YouTube account is under that name. You can go and subscribe her, and to if she's like, she talk about wellness and mental health. She's 100%, she's a beauty advocate. Maintaining good hygiene all around. So DM her for more information. We have Sister Sage Williams. Sister Sage Williams, she sells authentic merchandises, at sageshare.com. Nice t-shirt. Some of you have seen me wear the unique authentic t-shirts. She sells t-shirts, dresses, creams, jewelries, beads, scarf, a ready-made hat, kente bags, dresses. One size fits all is like 85% of that, and 15% is like you have to be a particular size. But the most of her dresses, is one size fits all, and they all look very unique. I love everything that I have bought from her so far. I do not have any problem with that. Her customer service is like fantastical. When you go in there to sageshare.com, if you don't see the color of the shirt that you would like, please do not leave. Just order it. Some of the t-shirt, it has the sizes that you can select. The ones that don't have the sizes, there's a comment box. um, you can let her know the sizes that you need in there and the colors that you want. Your email is a must. Your phone number is optional, so she can communicate with you to confirm the order before she send it to you. So let's support Sister Sage William by going to sages.com to order some of her merchandises. I mean, you're going to love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And then we have Sister Sika. Um, Educates. She does a lot of educative programs. She started webinars. It's coming up on the 25th, so you still have time to register for the webinar. And I saw a video she uploaded. I missed the live because sometimes most of the people I listen to, they come during the time I'm working because of time differences, so I'm unable to watch during the live. But I able to watch um afterwards, the pre-recorded one. And I saw that she introduced her mom. Beautiful woman, knowledgeable, very educative, uh, giving great advice, for marriage couples and, people in general, like making decisions as a single person, as couples. You're not asking your partner for permission, but you letting your partner know uh, what you want to accomplish, and have better understanding. So it's like, when you have the older people, our moms, dads, adults with wisdom, giving such advices, we need to like hold on to it because they have gone through it. Uh, in contrast to like the ones who lack of knowledge. So it was a really great advice, good conversation that they came and had earlier today. I missed it. So and then we have, we also have some of our brothers, brother Big Love, who has a radio station 24/7. It's Big Love Spain radio. He does a lot of programs. There's always music throughout the day, and then he does program every now and then other people also come and do program. A lot of the educative program, a lot of people don't want to like hear. And then you have brother OBG, who his page now is OBG page, and he does trending issue, politics, Abrabo life issues. He talks all around. There's no limitation, but educative. Pastor P, Dreamers and Visionary on Sundays at 3 p.m. um, EST time, and that will be uh, 8 p.m. Ghana time, right? She comes live with her panels, Mr. Chairman T, and our author, Baakupesi Saya, for the Atubra. Sister Felicia Habia and Pastor P, they come and talk about life transforming center, different topics. They each have their strength. So it's a very interesting and educative program. So let's go and support them. I have my big sister, boss, sister Dachihima Efia Santua Filonash, she also sells Juice Plus, the more the merrier, and she does live program also. Um, she goes all around. Uh, we have Sister Civic Boutique merchandises, when you go to Sister Civic's page, she have pictures of the merchandises that she sells. So if you're interested in any one of them, you can DM her through Messenger and um, go and purchase whatever your heart desire. Sister Angelina Ba, our 21st century nurse ba kope. Angie's Talk. You can subscribe her YouTube and follow her on Facebook. She does live program, talk about mental health, our wellness, very educative program. Other times she goes all around also, and she also sells juice for us. So on Fridays, which is today, 5:30, I come live. Fridays, I speak mostly English because it's the universal language. Sometimes I mix in with the chi. So if I come live and you want to be part of the conversation, you can ask for me to send you the link. You can call me through Messenger and also join in the conversation. If you want to speak Chi, that's fine. If you want to speak English, that's fine. Whichever way, I don't have a problem with that. Saturdays at 3:30, which would be 3:30 EST time, 1:30 MST time, and 8:30 Ghana time. Sofo Samuel Koso and I come. Sofo Samuel Koso comes and do a lot of teaching. So if you have questions, come in with your questions. Ask questions and he will answer. If you have a topic you would like for us to talk about, to discuss, we'll be more than happy to do so. So don't hesitate. And then every now and then, I normally will post something or share some videos, do reels and other stuff. So thank you guys. I think Rev have another comment before I went to do promo. Okay, so Rev Emmanuel says, Tajwa, thank you. I can wash very well, cook very well, clean, and do all other household chores, including cleaning. I don't care if my wife is lazy. I have no problem at all because I can do everything for her. But all I need or want from her is to at least show result and humility as a human. The greatest thing you can take from a man is his respect. If you want a man to love you, just show respect and humility. And we will even wash and wash your undies as well. For sure. Well done. So well done that you don't mind cleaning, cooking, uh doing so many. I mean, humility is something that every single person needs to adopt. Respect is something that every human being needs to respect. I mean, like, sometimes, people will make excuses, give reasons, and like be receptive, to certain behavior from their partner. We do have, some women, their choice of words, how they treat their husbands and men is like uncalled for, is disgusting. It's not, it's unacceptable. Vice versa, the same with some men, how they treat their wives and partner. Like, I just don't know. In life, most of us are unable to get a partner that they dream of, right? I mean, we each have Prince Charming and our princesses. At times, you may opposite attracts, right? Some people will say that. And sometimes opposite may not attract so much. But the the best ingredients and the best tools in every relationships and marriages include or stamps on developing some better coping skills. What are some of them? Learning effective communication, learning to respect yourself and your partner, having better understanding of yourself, your standards, and your partner's standards, setting clear boundaries, not trying to control your significant other, but to be team partners, teamwork, do things together, think together, be an active listener, be supportive, share responsibilities, being able to give each other personal space, having your own quality time, and your partner having their own quality time. If there are children, also giving them their own quality time. Whereas whatever they do in their recreational time, you're not disrupting. Giving your partner some space to be able to interact with their friends. You know, your partner and you both being able to be aware of each other's triggers. People and or partners are not so limited that they lack of telling you what they need or desires. Something that I may need and related to K might see that as a desire. But if K is hearing me say, this is some of my needs now, he needs to recognize and understand, say, this is of something importance to me. So your wife and our husbands needs to be able to have clear understanding and learn coping skills that they will be able to have the patience and be tolerant of what they feel their partner is lacking. Effective communication is something that every couple should feel comfortable in doing with one another. Expressing your feelings is is very important, because some partners may not want to hear it, but by God, you're going to hear it. God did not give me this mouth for me to shut up or be quiet and not say how I feel. It's going to kill me softly. Some people die foolish death because they want to hold things in. The more you hold in, it hurts you, it harms you. So don't harm yourself. Your partner wants to hear it. If he does not want to hear, for me, my marriage, the beginning of my marriage, most of you who have followed me and listened to me for some time have heard this many times. The beginning of my marriage was not easy. There was constant argument and constant fight. Most of it, I started it because of my anger. I created situation after situation because I said I wasn't happy. I thought it was my husband's responsibility to make me happy. At the time, I didn't realize. I thought I have knowledge, but I didn't have the wisdom along with it. That in order for me to be happy, I need to work on myself on certain things. So once I'm able to be happy now, Kay will be able to support me and add on to my happiness. But in the beginning, I thought, say, he was supposed to do all that work to make me happy. He cannot read my mind. I cannot read his mind. So how can he make me happy? And how can I make him happy if he's keeping things to himself? Because my husband cannot sit there and think in his head, I hope Adre is coming to like give me a kiss. I hope Adre is For me, if I need a kiss, I ask my husband, honey, give me a kiss. I need a pet. I need a hug. I need a massage. I want to sit next to you. I would like to watch a movie with you. Can you play some music? My husband and I both, we love music. Music is a good sensory for the mind, body, and soul. Whatever situation you're in, you have to learn to adapt certain skills. Meditation helps with stress. It calms your nerves. It calms you down. Some people resort in yoga. I have not done yoga, but I do meditation. If you have never done meditation, when you start with 5 minutes, and then as you get used to it, your body get used to it, you can add more time. I have gotten to a point at times when I'm doing meditation, I end up falling asleep for like 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, like seriously. Sometimes I do it with calming songs. You go to the internet, you Google is my friend. You Google on that, right? They have like, different meditation sounds. Sometimes it feels like you are right next to an ocean. Other times it's like raining, humming sounds, like wave and like different kinds. And some people prefer doing it with no sound. Each one of them, try both, with sound, without sound, and figure out which one is more like comforting for you, and then adapt to it. Dancing, listen to different type of music, it calms you down. Taking deep breath, like counting from 1 to 10 or 10 to 1. By the time you reach 5, you should calm down. If you don't calm down, you need to find other coping skills. Sometimes the things that we don't do, it hurts us the most. all the time, right? So we just need to do better with ourselves. So I see you. I will end here. I will see you guys tomorrow by the grace with Sopho Samuel Okosum. So let's start by working on ourselves. Oh, thank you, Rev. God bless you as well. I truly appreciate your positive encouragement. Um, that yes, very nice. I love doing meditation because it calms me down, and just do things. Sometimes, any dance is dance. Yeah, see, just do whatever makes you happy, and share your thoughts with each other. Like be a team player. It takes two to tango. So like just support one another, love one another, care for one another, respect each other. We need to do better, right? Don't expect your partner to do everything. Or at times, Rami, I said I'm leaving. Now you calling to keep me longer. Rami, hold on. Rami, hello, Rami.
Yeah, it's not your.
What is me?
Yeah,
Oh, what can say? What to train into? But yeah, that's online. I was just ending to go off, and the person can be Biana.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. No problem. Topic I can't want me. Topic I can't want some today was dysfunctional minds. Regarding enablers, poor parenting, distress, and abusive. Abusive environment, poor communication, substance abuse in Abrabo, in life issues. You have some people who use drugs and alcohol to kind of deal with their problems, and then their problems become somebody else's problem.
Okay.
It creates.
It's a very nice topic, though.
Yes. And then
yeah, because she gave me a car from the okay, gave me a car from the say. Yeah, for me, me come say do maybe not me problems and I mean some any a whole lot of things like smoking cigarette and weed and everything. But the one thing is say the next day it doesn't solve the issues.
No, correct.
It doesn't solve the issues. We don't say now still I know and everybody me with you more Emma won't me and yet the opposite way.
No, correct. It creates more problems.
Yeah, because especially as a main class, sometimes I mean, no, son, I'm trying to be man and police here from all the time. From my neighbors, no, almost from police supposed to be bad all the time. Believe it or not, maybe I'm going to deport to me rather than they be on bad.
But Rami, let me ask you a question, and I need you to be honest, okay? Like, I know, say, I mean,
oh, come on, you know that I'll never lie to you.
I know, say, sometimes, you have some people, like, they drink, not because they stress or not, say, they depressed, they just drink once in a while, right? And then you have some people, they drink very frequently because of a situation. Like, I mean, what prompted you to like kind of like start drinking or smoking? At the end of my wish I say
yeah, that's and yeah, I got your question really quite right.
Okay.
And me starting the first time I was tasting alcohol, yeah, me
okay.
I will bonre. Sometimes no, now say additional for what I'm talking about home here.
Wow.
I feel many so me no be that my first time I did tasting alcohol, time I'm
oh my gosh.
Yeah, no.
Sayi Shankra, Yamwakwaba. Charlie, what's you? You looking fantastical, Sayisha. Man. Yeah. Yeah. Really good job. Yes. Wow. Yes, she looks good. I'm Papa. Oh, of course. Malcolm. Yeah, he's a handsome young man. Now I want to say over war bar. Okay. Like let's say bad relationship money and alcoholic once. Like, you know, Rami, like, what can say bad relationship, no, not to say bad man a bull. Oh no, like I said, yeah, we're breaking my heart. Oh, okay. No, yeah, Masem. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now would the arrow where one on a man was chance no one Sammy Bray. Yeah, okay. And that's why they say they feel downtown about it. They didn't like come out now. Maybe I'm told you once me to wine. Hey, Robbie. Yeah. Oh, so they're making the branch show. Like, you know, speaking the truth like doesn't mean say yeah. Like, you know, it's myself and what I do. Yeah. And everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I cannot lie to you about that. Most right? Certainly. If you talk wine, once we have to know about doing that, man. We can be crowd basing. America has a woman sour bontia. You get a ticket. Yeah. I take it and I said, yes, a train will crowd. I'm to me. I said that bus driver that stop it. But I said, almost proud of that. What to hold this for public intoxication. I mean, yeah, my GB pen. Public intoxication here. Because I said, we have a good coffee waiting. Hey. Yeah, but you know, this time you have to say, around that time, no, becoming done it like you know, alcoholic, rough, like you know, because of the experience I've been, but Papa didn't me call mono, and this time I'm just see, I'm it's not like before. It's not as frequently and excessively as before. Exactly. Before they can start the whole day. Hey, and yeah, it was bad. Yeah, and you maybe call me Emma me yari and grab on me blood hospital. Let me move that swati. Around that time, me bani papa no a year me born. Yeah. My God. And I'm telling you, Saga. Tell me to me, people can't tell me that I be vibrators. One of these being person may start cause situation you be. Debbie. Saga. Yeah, rough. Yeah, you know, I said, I'm going to be, I said, I mean, fun to say, you may be done a bad way. I'm making a very good bar. See, I know, based on my experiences and also like past relationships and everything, you know, for me to love a man, a bad thing, a bad thing. So, I want to do my chronic, your kind of question, me say, oh, yes, you GC, so I make us all war. It is one all kind of crash me. She's anymore. She said, trust, I will hold my. When it comes to relationship or marriage, I will say based on trust and love.
So trust me, Sammy, I'm to who you are. It can't work. So, yeah, it can never work. Well, maybe vibrators can be trust me vibrators because me the time I'm used to and one because we trust me vibrators no. Breaking your heart. This will be a good man could tell you one.
Okay, Rami Mate. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, my dear. No, na me can say enoma to say obi busa say can someone a dysfunctional person change? Yes. A dysfunctional person can change. You know,
of course.
they can decide what they want to do, what they desire, and what they need. You know, they need to learn coping skills. To kind of like, you know, help themselves. And then, you know, what are some of the ways, you know, ways that we can a dysfunctional person can go about to change their behavior, right? They need to have more understanding, because when you understand someone now, you don't assume, you don't misunderstand, you don't have any misconception about what your partner is telling you. You need to be able to learn to have more fun together, doing things together, you know, like spending more quality time together with one another. That helps a lot. And also being committed to one another, like, you know, a lot of times being loyal. Like, there are so many things that can be done, you know, to kind of like change your ways. But your partner cannot. Missy, Rev Emmanuel Rami ni vibrators ni there. Missy, so jayo, because so according to relationship, they're going to have a lot of problems with their sexual activities, because them no. And then that said, then she will never be able to stop using the vibrator. It's addictive, because that's self pleasure, you know, self pleasure. Like, what are some of the things that can, you know, that is another topic. That's another.
The truth must be told. Like, you know, there's no possible way to say, yeah. But also, my culture that says that many them are maybe you can't reach them, yeah. Maybe still, I mean, because of like, you know, basing on the past relationship, and then also like bad experiences when it comes to relationship or marriage or anything. So, you know, maintaining trust the them. So for the meantime,
Amen. And Rami dear, at some point, you know, but it would take time and a lifetime. What they are saying, you see, Rev, Rami they are saying it say, and ya do obey, because her giving herself self pleasure is so, like, she's addicted to it. I mean, like, a lot of times when I hear some partners say, I mean, I think that people have fantasy, right? And they have certain desires and stuff like that. So sometimes they want to introduce the tools and all that in there. But for me, you know, I just want everything to be natural, because, you know, honam, I don't know, it's more, I prefer that, because when you bring other things in now, it come and replace the other things. Because if your partner, one of the partner, gets used to that now, and you are uncomfortable with it now, it's not going to go well. And then if you refuse to do it now, they will go and find somebody else to come and do it for them. Some people they create problems within their marriage. Yes. Bye, Rami. Rami, Bumpire ni uncle. Bumpire ni uncle. Rami. Amen.
Jesus Christ, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, that I pray, Father, make you be Jesus Christ, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Rami. Much love to you. May that will be say. Moi, my share. Amen.
I'm so sorry, send my late. The one that I called downtown.
Oh, no problem. No problem, my dear. Have a blessed.
Thank you so much for having time to,
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Okay.
Amen. What's so Sammy? That's it. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Sister Sage, no problem, and thank you so much. I appreciate your encouragement and your support. Thank you. I want to thank each and every one of you, those who contributed with productive comments. Rev Emmanuel, thank you for your question. I love that. I love when people ask questions. It kind of like bring other aspect into the discussion. I almost did not notice the time. By the time I noticed the time, I was like, whoa, that's like crazy. Those who had shared the program, who had used emojis, love the program, thank you guys so very much. Invited friends. If you came on and I did not acknowledge you, it's not intentional. And you alright. I know Rami about Empire Body, Rami dear, or you boy you. And Madam Ramase, Yami Shramo, Yamiya Duma. I will see you guys tomorrow by the grace of God, with Sofo Samuel Kosu. So you guys tune in. Ghana time 8:30 Ghana time. Yeah, right? Yes, because it's 5 hours difference. The next month we're gonna go back to 4 hours differences. Okay, so we'll focus on this month. I see you guys. Okay, take care, guys. Much love to each and every one of you. Thank you so much as well for your quality time with us. You're welcome and thank you. Bye, guys. Take care.